Hey, guys. Good morning and happy Saturday. Hope y'all have had an awesome week and ready for an awesome weekend. I am so excited. I have my friend Scott on here with me. We're in the same company. I have been following Scott. We've actually been friends for quite a while and watching his journey. He's really killing it. And I'm super excited for him to share that with you all today. Scott, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
Pretty good. Happy Saturday.
Good. Love Saturdays. I love getting on here to do these interviews and getting to hear from more of my fellow associates on our teams and stuff like that, hearing more stories. So I'm really excited for you to share with everybody today. And you mentioned something the other day when we were talking, and I highlighted it in the post. And I want to shout I really want to talk about that a lot today. You said you suck at sales, but you have a successful business online selling health and wellness products. So I want you to share how you got there. What brought you to this?
Well, I saw that you posted that when you were posting about the meet, what we're doing today, and so I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. Um, but when I first started, I was 242 pounds, and my background was in truck driving. So I was a truck driver when I first started, and I had a horrible addiction to sugar, and I was addicted to Mountain Dews. And I was drinking like 3 or 4 Mountain Dews a day, which are like super bad for you.
Yeah.
Energy drinks, and I was a serious couch potato, and and so and my waist was like 42 inches, but but so um so I didn't really have a lot of energy. And so when I started, I bought a 7-day kit from my friend Wendy. She actually asked me if I would try it, and I said okay. So I tried it, and I purchased a 7-day kit from her. And the first thing I said was, "Now I'm not going to sell this. I'm much, I'll take it, but I'm not going to
I
sell
said
it."
it too.
Yeah.
Ain't that funny?
And so I took it, and I noticed that um, I lost a pound and a half my first week, but I noticed that I had a lot of energy and my clothes felt looser. And I didn't do something that I always tell everyone to do when they try us today. I always emphasize the importance of measuring, but I didn't do that because I didn't know better. But I noticed my clothes felt looser, and when I walked, my feet felt lighter. And so I was like, okay, I got to get some more of this. I feel pretty good. So I asked Wendy, I said, well, um, how do I get more of it? And she said, well, would you rather I show you how to get it it was 25 a week for a 7-day kit back then. So she said, would you rather me show you how to get it for 25 a week, meaning $100 retail a month,
Yeah.
or get how to pay only $13 a week, getting it 125 for 9 weeks, with the true share. I said,
Yeah.
oh, $13 a week. That sounds awesome. Show me that. So she did, and I signed up, and I had really good results. I dropped from 242. I'm now down to like 204. I was down 200, but I'm at 204. Although I've been lazy this past week, it's my birthday week, but I do go to the gym, and so I put on a little bit of muscle weight. But but um anyway, so I've lost like 38 pounds, and my waist is down to a respectable 36 inches from 42. So that's really good. And I placed in a 5K marathon a few years ago in my age bracket. So that was really good. So I've come a long way from being a couch potato. But so I was doing pretty good on the on our products. And uh-oh, I think you froze up. Oh, hey, are you there? Oh no. Okay. Hey, we lost it. She's having a storm in her area. Yeah, she's got a storm. We're going to get back on the phone and finish that way.
Oh man, where'd my Zoom go?
Oh, hello.
Hey, okay. Now I just gotta. I can't see you on Facebook. I'm wondering, actually, if I'm gonna be able to stream it from here to Facebook. Let me see if I can figure that out. Or did it keep you on live?
I'm looking for the Zoom so I could get back.
Okay.
Zoom. Oh, here it is. Meeting in progress. All right, here we are. Okay.
Wait, are we still live? Or do I need to?
All I see is your
I think we're back live.
okay.
Okay. Sweet. Sorry, guys. I should have gave a little disclaimer and let y'all know that I'm in the middle of a nasty storm and some tornado warnings. Let's see if we can get me. Well, I'm gonna let you finish up talking. So I lost power for a minute, but we're back, and I'm gonna let Scott finish his story.
Oh, okay. Do you remember where I cut out at?
I know you were talking about feeling lighter on your feet, and you said you wanted to get some more. She hooked you up with a deal to get it for only $13 a week.
Oh yeah. So I started taking it and I felt really good. And so I signed up and I started getting it for $13 a week, 9 weeks for 125. And I felt really good. And I dropped from 242 to 204, so 38 pounds. And my waist dropped from 42 to 36. So I feel really good. And I placed in my in a 5K a few years ago in my age bracket, in the over 50 age bracket. So I felt really good about that. And
yeah.
so yeah, I'm no longer a couch potato. But so I started taking it and I was wondering, well, I wonder what would happen if I tried to sell it. What would happen? And so I did, and the answer is absolutely nothing. I didn't do anything for my first year. I didn't have a single customer. I didn't have a single person. And I went to my first meeting, first corporate event, and I had like 0 people under me. And I was like the lowest ranked person in the room. It's like, oh my God, what am I doing here? And so anyway, so I was like, what do I do? And so I figured out that I started reading books, and my first book that I read was GoPro by Eric Worre. And I realized, yeah. And then I realized, okay, I've been going about this wrong. And then when I watched a couple of Ray Higdon videos, I learned about posture, and I realized I wasn't postured. I was showing people that I needed them to join my team, and I was pitching. And this is what I mean about not sucking at sales, but still building a business. It was when I figured out that I don't have to pitch people. All I have to do is ask them if they're open for information, as Ray Higdon says. And that looks a lot more postured. And I realized, okay, all that was done with me is I was added to a testimony group. And what made me want to try it was I saw people losing weight. So I realized, okay, all I have to do is add people to this testimony group and post, like maybe once a day, so that all the people I added get notifications in their phone. And all of a sudden I started having people buy, and I got my first commission check. And my first one, yeah. And my first one was, it was like $50. But I was like, yes. I mean, that $50 a lot. And so I was really excited. And in the second month, I was able to fully pay for my, for my product. And I was like, yes. And so I realized, okay, you don't have to be good at sales. All that we actually do is we sort people. We find out if they're open for information or if they're not open. If they're not open, then they're not open. You let them do their thing or whatever. But if they're open, we just add them to the testimony group, because it's the stories in the testimony groups that move people and make them decide they want to try us. Because they don't care what what the ingredients are, or that anything else, the ingredients, or anything like that. They're about stories and what our products do. And so I started adding people to testimony groups, and they started messaging me, how do I get this? How do I get started? And I was like, oh my God, I've been going about this all wrong. This is so much easier. I was overcomplicating it. I was overthinking it. And so when I started doing that, people started messaging me, how do I get started? And in my second month, I've actually paid for my product. I was like, oh my God, this is great. I no longer have to pay to lose weight. And the third month, I was actually in the black. The third month after I got my check, not my third month after. So I went a whole year without customers or anyone. I went a whole year being, not being invited to family reunions, because they knew I was trying to sell something.
I think a lot of people, whenever they join a business like this, they flip on their salesman hat.
Right.
And they think, and they start trying to think like a salesman, but that's a lot of overthinking. Like you said, that little time can have you sitting there overthinking and running people off.
Right.
When all you got to do is just share with people, just share and show them a way, invite them to check it out.
Right. And so, yeah, all I did was I added people to the testimony group, and then I figured out how to add loads and loads of people to the testimony group using by trade groups. And my check got significantly larger. And when I had a tough time, I mean, I actually had the virus, the coronavirus, the China virus. Some people would be offended by me calling that, but I had the virus in January, and I had taken a vacation. I still work. I'm a casino employee, but I had taken a vacation in November, and so I had no PTO. But because I was making an income, a significant income doing this, I didn't need any money. I was like, I had money, even though I wasn't working. The full 2 weeks that I was off, I had money. And I was like blown away. I thought, this is great. And so we recently had a severe snowstorm, and we were closed. The casino was closed for a whole week. I still had no PTO. I was able, I had money. I was able to pay my rent.
Isn't that safety net just so awesome to be able to have that and have for yourself? Like, so many people don't have that, and they've been in really bad situations this past year, especially with COVID and all the layoffs.
Right. And so, I mean, I've been able to help relatives. I've been able to just totally repair my car and redo it. I've been able to take vacations. I've been able to invest in and pay myself because I have money to do that. And it's really great. And even if you don't replace your income totally, $1,000 to $1,500 a month is still life-changing. It's still a huge amount. That's enough to really get seriously started in investing in stock index funds or things that, put your money to work for you. And so so yeah, that's where I'm at now. And so, but basically we sort, we don't pitch people. We ask we sort them, and it's a very quick process, and they either qualify themselves or they disqualify themselves. I don't have to pitch anyone. And if they want information, I just add them to the testimony group. And then when they join, we sort them again. I ask them something like, hey, I'm so happy to hear that you're having great results. I'm just curious if there was a way for you to make money every single month while you were dropping weight with us, would you want to know about that? And if they say, well, yeah, then I tag them in a 2-minute video that I made that tells them to add as many people as they can to the testimony group.
I like how you asked that. That's a really good question. I like that.
Thank you.
We all do it different, so I love hearing the different ways that we do that. I love that.
Thank you. And then if they say no, I say, okay, well, that's fine. We're super happy to have you, and welcome, and we're so happy to have you. And I'll pretty much just let them get in where they fit in and make them welcome. And when you make them feel welcome and like they're part of a community, they tend to stick around longer. But that's pretty much my story, and I'm available to take any questions. All I can see is the Zoom right now.
And where I switched over to my phone, I can't see the comments now, but I mean, you guys can drop the comment, drop questions in the comments. Scott and I can both come back, answer your questions. A little technical difficulties this weekend with the storms, but we can definitely come back and answer questions in the comments. How long have you been with the company now, Scott? How long has it been for you?
4 years.
4 years? Awesome. And so I love that you tell how, in that first year you didn't have any success in the business. A lot of people, they'll give up after a few weeks of not a sale, or I've had people who don't get a sale the first day, and it's like, throwing my hands up, I just can't do it. You got to try to get them to hang in there and keep pushing. But I would really like to know if you have some associates on your team. I know I have some on mine that are just starting out. They haven't got that first sale yet.
And I've learned you got to kind of let them get in where they fit in. And someone will tell you, oh yeah, I want to make money. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're willing to stick it out. But
right,
let them get in where they fit in. And if they want to be a customer, I let them, be a customer, and I high five them. But I do have a team, and they do work, but yeah, I've learned to sort, and I sort everyone when they come in. I ask them that because you got to ask that question. If you don't ask that question, you can't really know what their expectations are, and it's impossible to meet people's expectations if you don't know what their expectations are. And if that question's not asked, I would be costing myself a lot of money by not meeting their expectations, because that's someone that could have, put 500 or 1,000 people in my organization, but I never asked the question. So I ask everyone that question.
It's so important that you ask. If you don't ask, you don't know.
Right. You don't ask.
But you mentioned, you struggled for all that time with no sales, but then you went to an event. And so I'm curious, like, for the people out there that are pushing, maybe they are getting sales, they're just not they're not making the income that they want, but they're hanging in there. But so I want to know, like, what advice would you give to someone that's hanging in there? For you, you went to an event, you started reading books. Would you say that that's important to plug yourself in that way? And
I would say get with the person that added you and look at the way that you were brought in. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Look at the way that you were brought in. We teach people what they have to do by how we bring people in. And so I would question the person that brought them in, and because most of us were brought in by being added to a testimony group. And so it's way simpler than what most people think it is. It's
Mhm.
far simpler. It isn't about being good at sales. It's about sorting people and asking them a quick question to determine if they want information or if they don't want information. They will qualify themselves or they will disqualify themselves, and it doesn't waste your time and it doesn't waste their time,
Right.
because
I
our
love
time
this
is
story.
very valuable. But
And it's so important to think of it that way, because you don't want to get emotionally attached.
right, I
Right?
right, I like to think of it, and I learned this story from Ray Higdon. I like to think of it like a waiter thinks of it if they're asking you for dessert. Hey, you want some dessert today? No, thanks. Oh, okay. All right. And they move on to the next table. They
Yeah,
don't,
and just because someone says no to your dessert, does that mean that your dessert is bad or that
no,
your dessert isn't worthy? No, there's someone else out there that wants that dessert. There's someone else out there that likes your apple pie or your chocolate cake. Yeah, I love that. I love that story too. I'm really glad to have you on here with me this morning. That you gave some really, really valuable information. I think a lot of people really overthink this business when it really is so simple, and it's something that we all do naturally. Whenever you go watch a good movie, you post and tell your friends about it, tag yourself that you're watching the movie. Whenever you have a good meal, taking pictures of your meal and posting it. So why would you not share products that you use and love already and make a commission,
right, right. That's
Thank you.
exactly right. The only difference is we don't get paid for selling movie for sharing.
Right.
We do get paid for sharing this. And yeah, I tell people it's, how great they are. I just ask them first, would you like information about it?
Yeah. And that's another thing too. There are a lot of people, they think they're going to have to just start blabbering at people and just, I think one of my worries when I started was I don't want people to think that I'm saying they need to lose weight when I ask them if they want to. But the thing is, once I got into it, I realized I've never asked people if I've never just went up to someone and asked them, do you want to lose weight? I've never offended someone that way. They've always came to me.
Right.
So my biggest fear with not wanting to build this business, I've never even done that. We don't do that.
Oh, something I learned a while ago from one of the 14-day challenges of Ray Higdon's, and I use this a good bit, and this might be good for your people that are afraid to talk to people. I use what's called mumbling, high profit mumbling, and that's where you say something like, "Oh, one of my teammates lost 42 pounds the other day, and they took her off her insulin," and I just shut up. And
Yeah.
then what did you say? What? And they ask for more information, and then that's you've got a green light because they're aggressively asking you for information at that point. Now, if they don't ask, they're not interested. And so, yeah, I learned about that in one of the 14-day challenges. I forget which one it was, but yeah, it's called high profit mumbling, and so that might be useful.
I like that. I'm going to write that down.
But I guess, do we have any questions yet, or?
I can't. Let me actually see if I can see the comments if I pull this up. I usually have, the Zoom on my computer and the comments pulled up on my phone, but
You don't have that option now, do you?
right. I don't see any questions. I do see a couple people hop on and say, hey, Melanie. See, how do I get back to my Zoom now? There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing any questions, but the replayers may come back and ask questions, so we can come back in the comments and answer those later. But we've been on for a little while now. I don't want to take up your whole morning, but man, I appreciate you coming on and sharing with me. I love hearing your story about how you overcame a whole year of feeling like you weren't doing anything, and now you're crushing it. And you're growing an awesome business. You have awesome results. I love seeing your videos. That's one thing. Yeah, you might not know, but you've been a little bit of an inspiration to me. So keep it up.
Thank you.
I love seeing your videos, love seeing you do your thing. And it's like, you don't see a lot of men in this industry. So to see a man getting in there and doing it and not being afraid to lock arms with us women and do this thing.
Oh yeah, it is over 90% women. I actually made a post about a year ago on that. I said, if you're a single guy, you should consider work
Yeah,
marketing
you should.
for 90% women.
Yeah. Join a community where it's all women. You want to know how to meet women? Join a network marketing company.
But all right, well, thanks for having me. And I'll check the throughout the rest of the day, I'll check the comments to see if there's any questions. And I'll do my best to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll just say, I don't know.
All right. Hey, we'll do the best we can. All right. Thank you so much, Scott. Thanks
Yep.
everybody for hopping on and watching. And I hope everybody has an awesome weekend.
All right, happy Sunday.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.